Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to get this sweat-proof, heat-proof, and humidity-proof makeup look. This is great for the summertime. It is very full coverage and neutral, so you can wear it with anything, but it will last all day long. This is a tried and true routine of mine, so I really hope you enjoy it, and if you would like to see this look, then just keep watching. So I'm going to be starting off with my eyes, and I'm first going to take the Kat Von D High Voltage Eye Primer. This is a great primer because if you have oily skin or oily eyelids, it really combats the oil and keeps everything in place all day long. I'm just going to take this and buff out that base. Now for this look, I'm going to be using the Tartelette in Bloom palette. I'm first going to dip into the shade Flower Child, and I'm just going to take this on a fluffy brush and put it into the transition shade area. This is just going to help blend out any other shadows we use. So next I am dipping into Smarty Pants. And I'm just going to put this directly into the crease. This is just going to build up some definition and really deepen that crease up. Now taking a more tapered fluffy brush, I'm going to dip into the shade Sweetheart. And I'm going to put this a little bit lower into my crease. This is going to help when we put the darker shade in the outer corner. Now dipping into the shade Rebel, I'm going to take this and really focus it on the outer third of my eyelid and also the outer V. Now what I like to do is pack this color on and then go in with our original blending brush to really blend everything together. This just ensures that there are no harsh lines and that all the colors mesh seamlessly. If needed, you can dip in a little bit more just to intensify that color. Now I'm just going to take some NYX glitter glue and I'm going to take a little bit of this on my eyelid. The color that we are going to be using on the eyelid is quite shimmery, and I find that this glitter glue really helps to adhere the color and make it pop. So I'm just taking that and blending it out with a flat shader brush. So now that that is applied, I'm going to go ahead and dip into the shade Funny Girl. And I'm just going to place this exactly where we put that glitter glue. So now that we have a nice layer of that laid down, I'm going to flip my brush over and dip into Firecracker. And I'm just going to use this to blend the two shades together, the inner corner and lid shade into the outer corner shade. Since the shade Funny Girl is so shimmery and light, it blends sort of harshly. As you can see, that really helps to blend everything together. So now that the eyeshadow is done, I'm going to move on to eyeliner. I'm just going to create a very thin line along my lash line so that when I apply the fake eyelashes, they really blend into my natural lashes and it'll make the lash band appear thicker. Now that I have a thin line, I'm going to apply my eyelashes. Now I'm just going to apply some of the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara just to blend my natural lashes with the false eyelashes. So now that the eyes are done, I'm going to move on to my eyebrows. And for this I'm going to be using Wunderbrow. Mine is in the shade Brunette. What I like to do is take it on just a glass palette or something like that. I just take out a little bit of the product, put it onto my palette, and then I take my Anastasia number 12 brush and I just apply this as if I was applying Dip Brow or any other brow gel or pomade. And I just start by carving out the bottom portion of my eyebrow. Next, I carve out the top portion of my brow. And then I slowly start to fill it in. When I get towards the front of my brow, I like to use as little of product as possible, and I just flick it upwards towards the front to mimic the direction of my brow hairs, and then I slowly feather it backwards. When I'm done with my brows, I like to carve them out a little bit, so I just take some concealer and carve out wherever needs to be cleaned up. Now that my eyes and eyebrows are done, I'm going to be moving on to the face. So I start off with my Stay Matte Primer by Rimmel London. This is a great primer for mattifying and for really keeping your oils at bay. So once that is on, I'm going to be moving on to foundation. For this, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. I talked about it in my drugstore favorites video. I have the shade 104 Golden Beige. This is a great foundation for keeping your skin matte and flawless. It is very full coverage and it stays on all day. It claims to be 24 hours, which I would probably have to agree with. I've never worn my makeup overnight, but this foundation is the only one that I can go a full day from morning till late at night and my oils aren't seeping through. Now that that is on, I'm going to move on to concealer. Right now I'm really loving the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. I have the shade Light Medium Beige and Light Ivory. I like Light Medium Beige because it is closer to my skin tone, but if I want a little bit more of a highlighted effect, I will mix in a little bit of the Light Ivory. I'm just going to blend this in with my L'Oreal sponge once again. This is the same sponge that I just used for foundation, but I'm going to be using the point for the concealer rather than the rounded area. Now just to even out my face a little bit, I'm going to take a little bit of the Light Ivory shade and just put a tiny bit on my forehead, chin, nose, and Cupid's bow. This is just going to balance out my face so that since it is highlighted under my eyes, it does not look like only that area is highlighted. It will kind of make it appear more natural. Now to set all that, I'm going to be using the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. Mine is in the shade 04 Sandstorm. I'm just going to take this on a small fluffy brush and set the under eye area because although this concealer is quite matte, I just don't want it to crease on me. I'm also going to take this on a big fluffy brush and set the rest of my face. I just like to do this to really ensure that I'm not going to get oily throughout the day. So now that my face is set, I'm going to move on to bronzer. And I will be using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is a great bronzer from the drugstore. It is a little bit pricey compared to some others, but I think it is just a great shade. Now moving on to highlight, I'm going to be using the Smashbox and Holmes Spotlight Palette in Gold. This is a beautiful highlighting palette trio. It comes with 3 shades. I love this version of the palette, especially because the gold shades really complement my skin tone during the summertime. So I'm just going to be taking the first 2 shades and dipping into both of those. So I'm just going to take this on the high points of my cheeks. I'm also going to take this on my Cupid's bow. So as you can see, it just really gives a more natural kind of sheen to the face. I'm also going to be using this on my inner corner. I'm also going to take a little bit of this and apply it to my brow bone as a brow bone highlight. Now before I do my lip color, I'm just going to set my face with the Makeup Revolution Pro Fix Oil Control Fixing Spray. And I like this because it really mattifies your face, but it also sets all the powders so that they don't look cakey and they kind of blend into the skin more. So now that that is set, I'm going to move on to the lip color. I'm taking the NYX Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, and definitely a Turn On Waterproof Extreme Color Lip Liner. And this is in the shade Nude Suede Shoes. So for lip color, I'm going to be taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Naked Liquid Lipstick. So to top it all off and finish this look, I'm going to be going in with the NYX Butter Gloss in Fortune Cookie. I love these NYX Butter Glosses. They are so creamy and they are not sticky at all. So I'm just going to take this in the center of my lips just because I like a little bit more of a glossy lip. Okay guys, so that completes this makeup look. It is very full coverage but lightweight on the skin, and this will last you all day long. I really hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.